Hi there! For this video, we'll be discussing how to multiply decimals. So let's first start with an example. If we have 0.2 times 0.5, so we can write this as 0.2 times 0.5. So in multiplying decimals, what we do is we just treat these two as whole numbers. So if we treat this as whole numbers, it's simply 5 times 2 or 10. In terms of the decimal, what we do is we move decimal places from over here to the left, depending on how many decimal places are there combined in the two numbers. So for this one, we have 1, and for this one, we have also 1. So we have 2 decimal places combined for the two numbers. So what we do is we move this 1 place and 2 place. So the decimal would move over here. And so our final answer is actually 0.1 or 0.10. And that is how we multiply decimals. Let us try another example. If we have 0.7 times 0.8. So we can write this one as 0.7 times 0.8. So again, if we treat these two numbers as whole numbers, we simply have 8 times 7, or that is 56. Then since we have 1 decimal place for this one, 1 for this one, so again we have 2 decimal places combined. So we move this one here. And so our final answer for this one is 0.56. That is the answer. Now let's have this one. If we have 1.2 times 0.34. Let's use a different color for the multiplication symbol. So we can write this one as 1.2 times 0.34. So observe here that the decimal places need not to be aligned. Clearly, decimal place is over here and over here. So in multiplying decimals, it needs not to be aligned, unlike in addition and subtraction of decimals. So again, we treat this as whole numbers, so we simply multiply 12 times 34. So 12 times 34 would give us 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 1 is 4, add a 0 here, 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 1 is 3. And then we add these numbers. So this would give us 8, 4 plus 6 is 10, so carry the 1 over here. 3 plus 1 is 4. And so this is the answer, but we then move the decimal places. So we have here 2 decimal places for this one and 1 for this one. So in total, that is 3 decimal places. So this would move from here, here, and here. And so our answer is 0.408. Now let's try this one. If we have 4.5 times 0.123, yeah. So if we try to add that, multiply that rather, we would have, let's put this one, 0.123 and 4.5. Now the reason that I first put this number, the 0.123 above, is because if we treat this as whole numbers, this would seem like the larger number. So just like how we multiply whole numbers, oftentimes the number with the larger number of digits is the one that goes first. So we have 5 times 3 is 15, carry the 1 over here. 5 times 2 is 10, so that's plus 1 here, give us 11, carry the 1 again here. And 5 times 1 would give us 5 plus 1 is 6. So let's erase this one. Put a 0 here. 4 times 3 would give us 12, so carry the 1 out here. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 would give us 9. And 4 times 1 is 4. So adding these numbers would give us 5 plus 0 is 5, 1 plus 2 is 3, 9 plus 6 is 15, 4 plus 1 is 5. Then the decimal place for this one, we have 1, 2, and 3. This one is 1. Adding them give us a total of 4 decimal places. So we move 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's gonna be over here. So our final answer would be 0.5535. Now let's try involving whole numbers in this one. If we have 0.023 times 40, by the way, the reason that I'm changing the operation in a different color is because to avoid confusion, since the multiplication symbol is similar to x, so it looks like a variable. So just to note that it's an operation. So we have this done as 0.023 times 40. So for this one, we have, now for this 0, simply just multiply it in the whole, so it doesn't really matter if we put zeros out here. But since we're proceeding on the next digit, which is the 4 digit, we need to add a 0 out here. So we have 4 times 3 is 12. Then 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 would give us 9. So counting the decimal places, we have here 1, 2, 3. So this one has 3. And for the next number, since it's a whole number, that means it doesn't have a decimal place value in it. So this one is 0. So we simply have in total 3 decimal places to move. So we have here 1, 2, and 3. And so our final answer would be 0.920. Let's try this one last example. If we have 123 times 0.54. So we have 123 times 0.54. So we have 4 times 3 would give us 12. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 would give us 9. 4 times 1 would give us 4. Put the 0 out here. Remove the extra numbers out there. 5 times 3 would give us 15. 5 times 2 would give us 10, plus 1 gives us 11. And 5 times 1 would give us 5, plus 1, so which is 6. So adding these 2 would give us so this would give us 2 plus 0 is 2. 9 plus 5 is 14. 1 plus 4 is 5 plus 1, 6, and 6. For the decimal places, we have, for this one, again, since it's a whole number, the decimal places here are 0. For this one, it's 2. So a total of 2 decimal places to move. So we have 1, 2. So it's over here. So our final answer is 66.42. So that is how we multiply decimals. Now observe that the numbers that we use here aren't actually that large. But with larger numbers or larger decimal places, the key is mastering and recalling how to multiply whole numbers, since the moving of decimal places is just an easy part to put at the last one. And also, be careful in multiply to avoid some errors. And so, that is all for this video.